I've been planning this video for a while. About a month ago, I did I did 5 0 to 60 runs with 93 octane. I'd been running 93 since I got the truck. I had about 500 miles, maybe 700 miles on it. So it had definitely gone through and adjusted timing for the higher octane. Those 0 to 60 runs were all in the 5.6, 5.8 range, so 5.7 average, I guess. And then for the last 3 tanks of fuel, I've been running 87 octane. I went to the trail with 87. I've done some, not hard pulls, but definitely gotten up close to redline with it. So it's definitely noticed the lower octane and retarded timing a little bit. I went out and did the 0 to 60 runs with 87 and was roughly about a half second slower. It was a little bit warmer. I didn't have the cowling in that makes the intake suck from the front of the grill because I was just putting these amber lights in. So it was sucking some air from the engine bay. But if you look at it, it's definitely getting some air through here and then pulling some. It was about 20 degrees warmer when I did the 87 octane runs. So there's a little bit of wiggle room in there. Obviously, it wasn't exactly the same conditions, but close enough. And when you're talking a half second difference, that's pretty significant. I would think the temperature of the intake might give it like 0.2. So that's that. And then I went out and filled up the bed of the truck with about 860 pounds of mulch because we were doing the gardens here. And I just thought it would be fun to try to do some 0 to 60 runs with a bunch of weight in the back. And those were about 1 second to 2 seconds slower than the other ones. I did 2 of them with 87 octane. Then I went and filled up with 93 because I just was tired of running 87, wanted to go back to 93. But you have to run it for a while before it advances the timing again. So I filled it up and then went and did a 0 to 60 run with 93, and it was almost identical to the 87. So I think it was still keeping the timing where it was. It didn't have enough chance to advance the timing. I think that happens over time, maybe 100 miles of getting on it, maybe 50. I don't know, but I know there's a little bit of time required for it to start advancing the timing on the tune. So I did that one run. That's in the video as well. And then I also went through and did a couple runs with weight in the back at 93 octane, and then I filled it up with trees and did some more runs there as well. One of the things that's in every single one of the runs is going to be the 30 to 60 time, because when I had 1,000 pounds in the vehicle, because I'm 200 and then 800 plus in the back, I wasn't power braking, or I guess I don't know if that's the term. When you have your foot on the brake and the gas to get a little boost charged up, and then you go at like 3,000 RPM. I wasn't launching as hard as I could with that much weight because I didn't want to put that much stress on the transmission or the differentials or anything like that. I was in the exact same mode. Every one of these is in sport mode in 4 auto. So it's sort of a close comparison. Obviously, the numbers show what they do. There's some incline, there's some decline on these, but you can look at the little display at the end of every run that tells you like if it was 1% of a grade up or 1% of a grade down. So overall, I think the results are pretty good. 93 octane was about 5.7 average. The 87 octane was about a 6.2, 6.3 average. And then once you put a bunch of weight in the back, it was anywhere from like 7.3 to 8.3 seconds, depending on the grade. And then with the higher octane, without time for it to adjust, it was still about the same as the 87 octane. So, I mean, I basically just confirmed what I already knew and what I read and what I thought was true, but I like to see things with my own eyes, and I figured since I did it for me, I'd share it with you guys. All right, getting my scoop of mulch. I put the tarp in here because I plan on doing a 0 to 60 run with this in the back. I don't want it all blowing out, so should be good. I'm gonna get this tarp set up now. All right, I got 1,000 pounds of mulch, maybe 800 pounds of mulch. It's the poor man's leveling kit. That brought the backside down maybe 3 inches, 4 inches. So I just got back in the truck. I can feel the back end down. I feel like I'm in, Carolina squat kind of situation here. But just gonna take it home. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 0 to 60 pulls just to see what happens with 800 or 1,000 pounds in the bed. I mean, if you're gonna have a truck, you might as well do truck things. Filling it up. Okay, we did 0-60s with mulch. Now we're gonna do it with a bunch of trees. See how it does. I did a couple 0-60 runs, wondering why it was not as fast as normal, and I realized I'm sucking air from in here instead of having the cowling that comes down and pulls the air from up in the front. So I was pulling in some warm air. I wasn't looking at my charge temps, but that's probably a big part of it. So with the plastic cowling back on, you can see the intake is going to be coming through. You've got this rubber here, which is going to go down and be on here. So you're getting all of your air right through this section right here. So you can still see the wires, but it shouldn't be an issue. And then when I was driving, I mean, there was probably cold air coming up from here, but I was also just sucking all the air from in there.
It's over!